Everyone, we're going to do a little different video today, a day in the life vlog. It is Sunday, and I want to walk through my day, what I like to do on my weekends. Starting off, we actually just watered the garden, did some spinach, kale, broccoli, and still have some tomatoes growing, even though it's end of September here in Florida. So come through today with me, follow me around, and see how I like to spend my Sunday nights. And let's first start the day off right with the morning coffee. Hey, it's a wild Duncan. Let's go inside. Or not. All right, gang, we're gonna head to the gym. Then we might have to hop on the tractor over there because this grass is getting very, very long. Now, really quick, while we leave the property, my girlfriend, and I do too, need to take a vacation. You know, we had a pretty big milestone the other week trading, so definitely need some time off. So what do they call it? RR, relax, rest, relax, something like that. And she mentioned a wellness resort. Now, I remember back when I was in Costa Rica, like a wellness trip resort was like, you know, taking ayahuasca and doing crazy shit that the hippie people did, or really some of the housewives who freshly got divorced and wanted kind of a midlife crisis. I'm all for it though, hey. But I was looking up some places, they're a little pricey. It's like yoga retreat, they give you 3 vegan meals a day and do breath work and meditation. So it's kind of loony, I'm not gonna lie. But let me know in the chat. And there's Miss Heffadine. Let me know if you've ever been to any places. There was one in Texas, one in Mexico, and one in Costa Rica we were looking at. And oh, there's a baby, wow, a real small baby deer right in front of me. All right, gonna head to the gym and be back. Workout done, Cava, got some food. You know, I love Cava, the food. The stock, like those puts. Next earnings, be on the lookout. On the boat, gonna do a little fishing here with this big old jig, going for the Mogan bass. I got my girlfriend out back on the paddleboard. So hopefully in this Florida heat, we get some fish. If not, well, I'll have to wait till winter, crappie time. All right, gonna give you all a little tour of my card collection because I was at a card show this week, and if you don't know, the Pokemon and sports card market, even Hogan brother wrestling cards, are taking off. So there was just an article on the Wall Street Journal how Pokemon cards are up like 3,000%, outpacing the stock market. So let me go over some of my pickups that I did this weekend and my collection. So this weekend we picked up the Big Man Blastoise Evolutions from 2016. This was about, I think about $450 or so, give or take. And then we got a little Crown Zenith, which is a real hot set right now. The Raikou, we did some trades, some cash for these cards, and we cannot forget, we got a little Meowth, little cheap card. You can see about 35 bucks from the new Destined Rival Team Rocket. And I'll show you some of my collection here. So we got the Charizard. Now this is not the original unlimited Charizard from base set. That card in a 10 is, I think, around like 12,000 now, maybe even more. This is the Celebrations Charizard, so maybe a couple $100 right now. I think I picked it up for, I had a buddy give me this Venusaur from base set. So this is 1999, got it in New York. It's an 8, so graded by PSA, which PSA is definitely helping GameStop stock, by the way. And then another vintage card, we'll get into the Ancient Mew. So this, if you went to go see Pokemon the movie in 2000, they gave you this card. Still in good condition, and it got graded from PSA by a 10. So I think this is right around like 1,200 bucks. So doing pretty good. I picked that up at a card show about 6 months ago. And then this is kind of one of the chase cards in the industry, the Gengar VMAX. I think I bought it for 1,100 cash and trade total. And now, last time I looked, it was about 2,500. So the card market, honestly, I felt foolish buying at the top maybe a year ago or so, but the cards have only gone up, up, and up. I wish I would have bought more, as crazy as it sounds. So, kind of like stocks. You missed NVIDIA stock at, 100. Well, is it cheap at 175? A year from now, you might be kicking yourself for saying, damn, I should have bought it at 175. So we got a little nightly webinar at 7. Before that, I was looking at the futures, little gap up. But I want to show y'all my pickups that I did recently this weekend from a card show I went to. So, a big Pokemon and wrestling card fan. So I got these 2 new cards this weekend. Traded and put some cash on top. The Blastoise Raikou Crown Zenith, Blastoise from Evolution. It's about 450 bucks and 220 or so I paid. And then let me show you some of my collection here real quick. We got Hogan autograph. A big Hogan fan, Stonkamania. WWE cards have been really booming lately. I got Roxanne Perez here, not graded. A little new Topps Chrome. I have base set, Venusaur and an 8. A good friend gave that to me recently. And then Charizard. Now it looks like the base set, but it's not. You see that logo? This is from Celebration. So instead of being 10,000 bucks or so, it's only about maybe 200, 300, 400 bucks or so. Not a crazy one. This one is though, the Gengar VMAX. Got this at Card Party Tampa for around 1,100 cash and trade. So sometimes I'll trade what they call raw cards, non-graded for graded. And this is one of the grails, the modern grails. Now it's about 2,500. So the card basically more than doubled in 6 months. I know, crazy. You think of stocks is crazy. Well, welcome. And then Ancient Mew. If you went and saw Pokemon the movie in 2000, you got this card. Difference with this one, it is out of the plastic wrap and it got graded a 10. So some of the kids who kept it and take good care of it, well, they got rewarded. A free card to probably around $1,000, $1,100, maybe $1,200 or so. One of my favorites there. And of course, we always got more Hogan, Hogan everywhere, big Hogan fans. Actually got a Hogan rookie card sent to me by a member, so big shout out, Pat there. All right, let's get ready for the Tesla webinar. Very, very excited because I am super bullish on Tesla.